I'm trying to pick people that maybe are more cooks than they are anything else, because I still need people that can shoot. I still need people that can gather the plants, that can do mining, stuff like that. Plant cutting. Let's send Semma home. She is a really good shot though, but we should be okay. Send you to... I sort of want to send Barotta home. Maybe. Go back into Hartley. No, hey Viking. Welcome in. It's getting colder over there, but really enjoying it getting warmer over here. And it's fine. Look, I understand a lot of people enjoy once it starts getting warmer and stuff. Like the thing is, I've gotten used to it now since streaming at least, that it gets like, we have like the discrepancy of like it getting colder here when you guys are getting warmer, or like the flip side of that and stuff. So like I get used to it. It's just like I'm always cold. I'm the kind of person that's like always like really, really cold. So for me, it kind of sucks because like I can just never get warm. That's the big problem that I've got. So yeah, it sort of sucks in that way for me. Because like I've got the heater on. Eventually during winter, I will have the heater on the full heat, and I'll have jumpers and long sleeve clothing and all sorts of stuff, and I'll still be cold. My objective is generally not to be shivering while streaming, because then it usually comes out in my voice that I'm like shivering and crap. So yeah, I normally just try to make it warm enough for that, but at the moment it's more so the cold air is probably just like irritating my throat. And when I was having the cold water, it's probably making it worse. So by putting on the neck warmer, and I've been sitting here just kind of like, mostly just kind of rubbing my throat, trying to like soothe it, because it'll fix up eventually. But right now it's just being like crappy. So there's nothing I can do about that. But if I can warm it up faster, we should be able to get past that. Oh, that's both full flushes waiting to happily yawning. No. We're the season, so I don't think I'd be able to live just constant unless it's just 70s during the day and 50s at night. That would stay in forever. What do you mean, like being in an area where it's like always one kind of temperature? I don't think I'd like that, but like I've known people that have traveled, like consistently traveled, to always stay in a kind of set-ish temperature no matter where they travel and stuff. Like for instance, if it starts getting colder, they set off to somewhere that's warmer and they stay where it's warmer for a while, and then when it starts getting cold there, they set off again and come back to where it's getting warmer. Stuff like that, you know. Stuff like that. Like I couldn't imagine doing that. Again, I'm not a huge fan of traveling anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. 10 to 20 C the whole time. I mean, that's a lot of what Australia's mostly like. Like, I would say we're normally in around like the 20 something temperature until we get to like winter. Then it gets closer to like 5 or less, somewhere between 0 and 5 degrees Celsius. And what? Shadow flirted with Kit Kat. Oh god, Shadow and Kit Kat are gonna be dating. Well, that's a revelation. Both Shadow and Kit Kat are people in my community. That's really funny to me. I have to let them know that. Hey Vin, what are you up to? How you doing? I'm doing alright. I'm just, at the moment my voice is crapping out on me, but apart from that, we're good. Yeah. What are you up to? Not much else is happening. Just recapping some things over the weekend and sending out caravans and dealing with my supply of prisoners and all the usual stuff. So, yeah. And apparently now Keelan and Shadow are dating, so that's hilarious. I'm gonna have to remember to let them know that. I really will. But yeah, essentially warm and cold weather and stuff, because we're coming into winter. Like, I don't so much hate the cold, I just don't like the fact that I can't warm up. And I hate wearing layers, because like that shit's annoying to deal with like OCD and crap. And yeah, as somebody that just can't warm up, I just find it uncomfortable. Whereas summer can also be uncomfortable. Like when we didn't have the air conditioners and stuff working, that was pretty uncomfortable. But yeah, normally I like summer because like you can always turn on an air conditioner and go cool down. Or you can always go have a cool shower and cool down, right? There's options there. But once I'm cold, I can't warm up. I'm gonna have to send somebody else to do mating. Augury, mate, how do you feel about... Oh, you're playing poker, that's fine. I'll leave you be. I'll find somebody else in a moment. I'll find somebody that walks through here. Pretty good. Good run, do errands before work, summer lurk. Good stream though. Nice. Well, I hope your errands go well and stuff. And yeah, I'll be here. I'll be interested to see how this week goes, because like I've gotten used to my chair being fucked, basically. Like I've gotten used to it having to balance on it. So like my midsection, like my core strength and stuff, has been like growing over the last 6 months. It's been doing great. But this footstool, I feel like I'm in like genuine direct contact with my ass cheeks, and I haven't been so attuned to my butt for so long, and it hurts so bad. And I'm just sitting here like, I can't get comfortable. I can't find a spot that I can fidget into, and I'm really worried that I'm gonna accidentally push the blanket thing that I'm sitting on off the seat that I'm trying to use as cushioning. And then I'm gonna like, you know, not have that for the rest of the stream, because I'm not gonna pick it up and put it back on while I'm streaming and shit. I'd wait till like another day. Why is there 22 fucking things? Yeah, that's basically how I feel, Duran. I really do. It's just like my legs can take it, right? I've always had like good tolerance for like random leg discomfort and pain, but my butt, I don't know how I feel about that. I also have like permanent injuries in my hip, back and neck and stuff, so I'm trying not to aggravate those. And I do feel like they might get a little aggravated by sitting on something I'm not comfortable sitting on, which is why I'm not sitting on my dining room chair, as I was talking to Mup earlier about that. That's the only reason why I'm not using my dining room chairs, because they're so much worse. Are you in the caravan? No, Vulture is. That's mine. But yeah, this is not really designed to be sat on. I only just put my legs on it while I'm sitting on my chair. Like I can sit fully cross-legged on this thing. I have the coordination for it. I just don't think it's designed to have a whole person sitting on it. So I'm a little bit like wary about that. So I keep sitting with like one leg tucked under my other leg and one of my legs like on the ground. But I have long legs, so I keep trying to like scooch my legs out at like random long angles and crap. But I'm so concerned about putting my feet really far under the desk, because what if there's a spider back there? Like, last thing I want to do is put my foot back there, and like it could be just a cat that walks past or sits there and its tail flicks me or something, but I would probably freak out, headbutt the microphone, and like end up in the heater behind me, right? So I don't want to do that. So I'm trying to keep my feet really, really close to me, which is part of why I don't usually put them on the ground when I stream anyway, because I don't like the few times where I've been streaming and I've had a spider run across my foot, you know. So yeah, we try to avoid that here. But yeah, I don't know. This is gonna be interesting. Like, as I said, if I have to make my streams like 3 hours or something for the week, I'll do it. Or like miss a stream or something later in the week or something, because my chair's not supposed to arrive until like next week, which kind of sucks. I do think it's a little bit because of the public holiday at the end of the week, but I mean, you can't choose when your chair breaks. I mean, some people can, but I sure as hell didn't. Plus I did pretty good to balance on it for the rest of the night. It was like where the welding has broken, so like I was basically balancing on probably about 1/3 of the welding that connects it to the frame and the bottom. Basically what it means is at some point in the night, if the other side had have gone, I would have just gone splat on the ground. It's fine. That's why I don't want to sit on it at the moment. I don't really want to go splat. Can I get somebody to actually build this? So, can I get you down here? Just this a little bit, please. I don't know why nobody's out here building this. We have all the steel in the world, and we have steel right there to mine. Nobody wants to move it. The funny thing is, the couple bits that are powered here, they probably are using them. They're probably working on them. But they're definitely not getting resources from it. I don't know how that one's powered. Oh, all of those are up to power. These ones aren't. Fine. You know what I should do? Hold on. Did we fix this one up? No. Grandeur. Can I get you... When you're done relaxing, mate, can I get you to work on just getting this out here so we can get a little bit of the mining done? Be nice. Yeah, we were changing all the floors to like slate, by the way. It just looked a little bit nicer. I actually didn't mind it in contrast to the limestone hallways. I think it looks a tiny bit nicer. I wish I had marble at this location, because I would have marbled the fuck out of everything. They seem to really like their marble. But it gave my construction crew something to do at the moment. And I do want them to make sure that their skills are still sweet for when we want to move. Just pause, wagging to heart, please. Snuggling both wolf plushes, yawning. No, you still snuggling and yawning, Viking. You sound like you're tired. I'm guessing you've just woken up, but like, you sound like you need more sleep. Honestly, I felt like that today. I didn't get to sleep till late. I put on a couple of episodes of Criminal Minds this morning, and I didn't think about the fact that they're like 40-something minutes long, but they were interesting. So I ended up watching for like an hour and a half or something like that. And I was like snacking on some sunflower seeds, and I just like went through like half a fucking bag of sunflower seeds and stayed up too late like that. And before I realized it, I'm like, I need to go to bed. And when I woke up tonight, because I slept all fucking day, right? But I woke up tonight and I was like really fucking exhausted. I feel like I needed to go back to sleep. Kind of levels of exhausted. I'm like, did I even sleep? But I did. I just didn't get good rest. After being up for an hour or two, I feel fine. I just, yeah, I don't know. I say I feel fine, but my bum is so numb. It's not fine. I think that's part of what's keeping me awake. Honestly, though, yesterday, one of my legs was really sore because it was doing all the work keeping me on that chair. Yeah. When I went to sit down on my bed, I was really surprised at how sore it was, and I was like, it's doing a lot of work. It was really funny though, because by the end of the night, by the end of the Star vs. Forces of Evil episodes, I felt like my chair was starting to dip forwards instead of just side to side. I'm like, oh god, I can't sit on this anymore. I will stretch, can you? Thank you for that. I don't know if it's gonna help. I don't know if it's gonna help my butt, but at least I can stretch the rest of me. It's the main thing. be interesting for me to check later how the audio and shit goes on this stream too, because like I said, I'm underneath my microphone. I'm not like near it. So I'm pretty sure I'm picking up just fine because you guys are like responding to things that I'm saying. So I know you guys can hear me, but it's interesting from my perspective because I feel like I'm a mile away. Like I feel like I'm a whole head underneath my microphone, you know? That's just Wagon falls asleep singing wolf flushes. No. Wacken's gonna get his extra sleep in ASAP. There's a lot of eggs down here too, I was noticing. Not the cows. Got 7 fertile eggs down here. You're loud and clear over. Nice. Yeah, no, I'm glad that, because yeah, I was thinking when I started stream tonight, I'm like, I'm usually mostly loud enough. Nope, can't hear you at all. Well, either lies or you got me muted. I'm joking. It's fine. I was just seeing something's pathing up here. I just saw this line over here and I'm like, what the hell is this connected to? That's fine. Well, I forgot that fucking Atlantis changed me into a black dress earlier. I just looked over and I'm like, what the? I'm glad that like I did that initially because I forgot that that was the thing that came through at any point. Anyway. What else have been here? Nobody's working on these. Nobody's disassembled them yet. I'm really surprised that they're not breaking these apart. You'd think they would be. And I'm also surprised that there's so many individual blocks spread out in here. Like, they're, as far as I am concerned, they're wasting space. But I'd say this is an animal thing that's happening because when they're pulling up the limestone floors, the animals are probably bringing them in here. And they're probably just putting them in here. And eventually somebody will walk in here and start putting them into stacks, you know. So we should be fine. But yeah, mostly my colony at the moment. Like, I'm trying to make components. I'm trying to make bionics. I have a lot of components that are unfinished. I'm hoping that they make some of those because I've only got 3 and I've got 1 advanced one. I'm hoping that we're starting to get some... Wait a minute. No, I do have both. It's fine. I thought I only had 1 for a minute there. I'm hoping that we have... Yeah, we do. Lots and lots of prosthetics and lots of bionics getting made. It's the kind of shit that I want. The only reason why I want them to be making this is I'm trying to fix my people up before we want to move. That, and I'm trying to get enough food surplus for that. So this is why I don't mind that they're making pemmican and the packaged survival meals. Because as far as I'm concerned, we need longevity food anyway. They did make another 100 simple meals, so somebody's doing it. It's just going to take a while, honestly. They're all the lies. Well, plus, like, somebody got in here and cleaned at some point. It's kind of nice because we got attacked last fortnight by the 145 people. I realistically shouldn't be getting attacked tonight, so it's a nice kind of peaceful one where my people have a chance to make some supplies and stockpile some crap, you know, especially since I turned off the fine meals, you know, the vegetarian and the carnivore meals. We should be getting a couple of extra ones, which, by the look of it, they must still be making simple meals anyway, because if we're not going backwards and everybody in here is grabbing meals, right, then we must be making a lot of pemmican packaged survival meals and simple meals, enough to accommodate the colony. We also have a lot of raw food by the look of it too, which means that we have a lot of food to keep the animals of colony tamed. By now we must have like 400 because we were like 4 animals off 400 at the start of the tonight, and I'm pretty sure there's been at least a couple of animals like have their like babies and shit, so we should be okay. Like I'm seeing like there's a chick there that's like 4 days old. There's a fair chance that got born. So yeah. I guess the only other thing too is like when the animals are coming in, we've still got hundreds of people to try to clothe. Trinka, why are you exhausted, mate? You're just exhausted. Recreation fulfilled. Ate without a table. Portrait artist. That's fine. She looks like she's going off to break something. Oh, if it's not the air conditioner, I appreciate if she doesn't break that. But yeah, these are growing again. Like, if these grow a few times over, I'd love to put, like, a second set of beds next to where the lights are so I don't have to build more of these. I honestly thought about putting a grow bed in every single bedroom. Because, like, if I move the cat bed thing, right? Okay. That's not right. But if I was to move the cat bed to the other side of the bed, I would have room here to put a grow room in everybody's bedroom. I don't think they'd like it, but could you imagine if I did that? Because I've got, like, I do believe I've got about 280 beds individually, right? Which should mean I've got about 280 bedrooms, which if I could accommodate that kind of electricity for the hydroponics, we would be swimming in fucking crops that my animals can't get to eat, and we would be really doing well. The only reason why I put them on the bottom half, by the way, is because I've got like 4 geothermals down here. If I didn't have 4 down here, I wouldn't have done it. Plus I've got the solar and I've got the wind turbines and I've got room to make more. So if I needed to, I could power more. Because usually what happens in my colonies is I usually have like a grand surplus of food. I usually use the grand surplus of food as bartering. Even if it's only worth a couple of bucks, I still have just shit ton of it, right? Like we're talking like 20s of thousands and shit, or 40,000 and crap, right? So I normally just use that as my bartering. I normally have enough food for my people and animals and surplus sales. However, I usually don't have 280 people. I'm talking more like a colony of like 200 and under is where I normally can hold that. So since we have so many people and nobody's currently starving and we are making extra food because we're almost at 1,000 pemmican, and I think we only started with like 5 pemmican tonight, so they've made a lot of food, right? Even if that's just pemmican, like we had 7 packaged survival meals and they're at 75, and the simple meals were at 1,200 but they're at 1,300. So we're going forwards, and we even have like raw food. We've got like 3,333 fucking rice are harvested in storage at the moment. So, and there's more that's not in storage too over here. So yeah, I think we're doing okay. We're not doing great, we're not doing bad. So I'm okay with just being okay. Like, I also had to make the extra crematorium thing to help get rid of all the corpses. Now that they're gone, we can switch that off. Realistically, I'd like to actually get rid of it because it is kind of in the way of where my people are walking through here. They have to kind of walk over to the side. I don't like that, but I'll leave it for the moment. I could see this being useful if we have another big battle. As long as we can keep getting more crops. If I can get 2 crops out of spring, that would just be mint, honestly. Now, I also think, hold on, give me one of these hydroponic-y thingies. So since I've got grow rooms in here, can I turn these sideways? Yes. Why can't I build on that? Is it because it's woods? Not enough stored. Okay, so it's not... It might be. It might be a weight limit thing with wood, because I think that's a bridge. But that doesn't excuse this little spot here. I could squeak one in there. Right? I'm just going to tuck a couple around. I'm not thrilled to be putting a couple up the top of my base, but these are spots where I already have lights. Why can't I put that there? Oh, fireplace. Okay. Okay. Val's having a daze. If I put them this way, I could probably fit a couple... If I move the fireplace... Yeah. Hold on. Let me just put that here. Frog mate, can I steal you for a hot second? No, mate. I don't want you to refuel it. Hold on. You got the wrong impression, mate. Come back here. I fucking stop. I want you to destroy it. Yeah. Go deconstruct it. Alright, Belle's in a daze, and Leia's got inspired creativity. Isn't she the tortured artist? Probably is, actually, because that would make sense. But anyway. Didn't conjure... I was going to say, I'm like, why have I got destruct things? I thought they might be on, like, little trees, and I'm like, this makes no sense to me, but okay. But anyway. 2 people on major break. Leia has got inspired creativity, but she's one of the people in that risk. So that's kind of funny. Now, I don't know if we can actually have these run up in here, but if I can have one extra one sideways, because I could either have it sticking out there or I could have it long ways. And either way, I need to get rid of that. So I'll just smack one more there. I realize that I'm not going to enjoy it if it goes down long ways, so it's fine. I could have just put them all over to this side and brought them down straight. That probably would have looked nicer. I might actually do that. Oh. Get rid of all of these. Build a copy, get rid of it. Bring them just down as a straight line. That shit looks nicer. Cool. I could have fit one here, but I don't want to move that. So, that'll give me a couple of grow things. And one in there. This will be on the top side of the map, so I don't know how well this is going to go because we are usually struggling with power, but we have been kind of good lately. Also, oh yeah. Did we not fill this or did this fill? Who do I need to fling shit at? Yellow. Okay, well they're going to love the drugs and the primitive weapons, so that's great. Let me send it forwards because I want to start making friends with people up this way. If you're going to launch it. Yes? No? Hold on. It had a stroke. There we go. I love when it like has a moment. It's just like, okay. But yeah, they're gonna love the drugs and the primitive weapons and probably the wood, actually. That's probably gonna make them really happy. So they're on 58. I kind of want to see where they come through with that. Major break risk for 6 people. What's up, Anason? Occasionally starved. I don't think I was making you make anything. Chet's got food poisoning. I saw him being sick. That's powered off. Everybody's done their cremation stuff, which is great. We now have no more corpses disturbing people. Although, to be fair, there might be a couple of people walking around that have observed corpses and are unhappy about it. Bloody Mulder, frustrated, greedy, impressive bedroom. Where's your bedroom, mate? Stone. Yours is over here. I thought I gave you... Yeah, you've got 2 statues, mate. You've got 2 statues and a little, like, fuzz bed thing. You'd be right. Where else can I put one of those grow bed things? I kind of don't want to have, like, a hydroponic thing down here. I don't know if animals can eat directly out of it. I imagine they would be able to. But this is a refrigerated place anyway. I'm just glad that they're putting some of the rice and crap down here that they're harvesting because this is the point of the refrigerator. I want my animals to come in and eat the stuff and be fed and crap, you know? So, yeah. I'm glad that they're coming in and actually, like, putting food here for the animals to eat at this point. What are you coming in to do? Only rice to limestone shelf. I should, like, if they've got that big of a problem with it, I should put a fucking shelf down here. But I guess, like, somebody's bringing it in here. Maybe an animal's bringing it in here. And I'm guessing my people are taking it up from there. But, yeah. This one's a fully interconnected one. So, like, the one up here would be probably good for, like, anti-thromboness. But I want to have, if I'm going to have more growth